Now I'm going to take a look at the S&P 500, which is the stock or contract that I like to trade the most. And I'm just going to pull up the chart here. I'm going to show you what I look for on a daily basis and how I go about my trades. Alright, so this is your first time looking at a chart. This might look like squiggly lines and a lot of colors. You have no idea what this is. That's okay. So this is TradingView, right? And it's basically a charting application that allows you to monitor the price action of various stocks and make educated decisions on what you think is going to happen at each price point so that you can trade accordingly. Alright, so we're looking at the S&P 500 here, and what you're seeing here is the price movement for this particular stock over specific periods of time. So this is the aftermarket section, right? This dark section here is when the market opens. So this will be from 9 a.m. well 9:30 a.m. Eastern time until 4 p.m. and this section here will be from 4 p.m. until 4 a.m. and then we have this section here, which is the pre-market, which is basically a few hours before the market actually opens. So from here to here we'll basically cover an entire day's worth of trading, but we like to trade when the market opens at 9:30 and closes at 4 p.m. And if you look up here, you can see that I'm on the 5-minute time frame. So there are different time frames that you can analyze your charts at, but since I'm doing day trades and I'm trading on the 5-minute period, I like to look at my 5-minute candles when I'm thinking about my analysis, doing my key levels and so on. These blue lines here are basically what I call levels. Well, not me, because I didn't make it up. But these are the levels, right? And levels are basically areas on your chart where a lot of price action happens. And by that I mean, whenever the price of the stock gets to this level, there is a lot of buying and selling happening here. And what is happening is basically buyers and sellers are fighting for control to determine what direction the price goes from here. So is the price going to continue to go up or continue to go down? Or is it going to just consolidate here? Or will the price reverse and go in the opposite direction? So the key levels basically tells you that, hey, at this particular level, the buyers and the sellers are basically trying to decide where the market goes from here. You want to be able to understand where on your chart are the key levels so that you can plot and plan your trades accordingly. So what you want to look for is basically areas of support, which is areas where the price falls to multiple times and then it bounces from. So just think of a ball falling out of the sky and then hitting the floor and bouncing back up. So the floor will be an area of support. So if we think of each of these candlesticks here as a ball and it falls down, it's falling down, and then it comes right here and it hits this level right here, and then it bounces back up. We can see it keeps coming down. Sometimes it breaks a little bit below, but it keeps bouncing back from this level. So this is one area here that we can say this looks like the support is forming here. And we go over to this side and we can see around this area again that the price is coming down and it's just bouncing from this area. We can also see it happening here again. So we can say, hey, this is a good level of support. Sometimes it breaks below, but then when it breaks below, it comes right here and you can see it's bouncing, right? So we can say this area right here to this area is an area of support. So when the price falls to this area, you can make an educated guess and say, based on what I've seen happen over time, the price is most likely gonna bounce. As you can see, it came all the way down here, and then the next candle is a big green candle pushing it all the way back up here, and then it just pushes and comes all the way up here, right? So that's what an area of support does. On the other hand, we have areas of resistance. So let's see, for example, right here we can see that the price, whenever it comes close to this level, which is the $585.15 level, we can see that the price keeps basically just rejecting off of this level. So you can think of this as a ceiling. So think of throwing a ball up into the sky or up into the air, and it hits the ceiling and comes back down. So we can see it hitting here, and it just comes down. It broke above this one period of time, and it came back down, and then we can see here again it keeps coming to test this level, and it's not crossing this level, right? And then over here again we have more price action coming back to this level, hitting this level, and rejecting off of this level. So this is an area of resistance, and we can make an educated guess again and say, okay, if the price comes to this level, from what I'm seeing over these periods of time, the price keeps rejecting. So we know that between here and here, this is an area of resistance, this is an area of support. So let's say the price breaks above this level and it starts to go up. Let's say I wanted to purchase calls here. So let's say I see it goes up, go here, and I say, okay, this is a good indication that the price is going to go up. Then I will know that this level of resistance is the next area where the price is expected to bounce down from. So I can basically just ride it out, or just allow my trade to run until it gets to this level, and then I can take my profits. Alright, so yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Alright, let me show you some more. So we can see here that basically this is the all-time high right here for S&P 500, aka SPY, and we can see that a few days ago the price came all the way down here. Let me make this a bit smaller. Alright, so the price was all the way up here into the sky, and then it broke all the way down here to this level, and then it just kept bouncing, climbed all the way up here, then it jumped all the way back up here. So what does this tell me? This tells me that this is an area of support. Meaning, if the price of SPY should fall, let's say it falls all the way down, I'm watching all of these levels of areas of support. But this level specifically, because I see over time that every time the price gets to this level, it bounces, right? So I know that this is an area of support. Right? So if the price comes down all the way back down here, this is a good indication for me to get calls and bet on the price to go back up, and just be patient and wait for it to go back up. Right? So that's basically a little crash course in chart analysis. You might be wondering what this blue line is. Well, this is the VWAP, and it's basically an indicator. So if you click on here where it says indicator, you have a ton of different indicators, but currently for this tutorial I'm only using two indicators, the VWAP and the fifth volume indicator. So let me show you. So I can turn it off here and it will remove from the chart. The VWAP is basically kind of like an area of support or resistance as well. So if you look carefully, you will see that there's a lot of price action happening around the VWAP. So you can see that there's a lot of bouncing off of this level. There's a lot of bouncing down from this level, right? And whenever the price comes and touches the VWAP, it either bounces or rejects, right? And the people who are trading, let me show you a good example. The people who are trading the big money, the big market movers, right? These people are using these indicators as well to make their decisions and to help them determine what they're going to trade, right? So let me show you a good example. This was on Friday the 18th of October, right? And the price, we see the price went here and it came back down, it was rejecting, and then it came all the way down here, and all of this happened within like a few seconds. So it came all the way down here, and as soon as it touched the VWAP, it just shot back up within a few seconds. So if you had timed this and you got in right here, well, within a few seconds you would have made like maybe 30-40% profits, right? So that's a quick crash course in trading analysis and some of the things that you want to look for. And again, if you want to get deeper into this, you can definitely tap into the description below, click on the first link to join my mentorship program, the Trading Odyssey, or you can click on the second link to join the Honey Drip Network, which is a trading group that I highly recommend. And They do a lot of live trading there, and they walk you through all of this so that you can have a better understanding as well and actually take live trades while you're gaining the experience. All right, so yeah, let's take it from here.